brothers and sisters of the Pacific.
Whakalofalahiatu, kia ora ana.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I was most touched to have been asked to speak to you as you gather for this very special concert, and I did just want to pay tribute to the United Nations for bringing us all together in this way. I've been particularly fortunate to have made many visits to the Pacific over the years, my first being to Fiji 50 years ago this year to represent Her Majesty the Queen at the independence celebrations. In 1974, I spent several months on a Pacific deployment when I was serving in the Royal Navy, and have very special memories of all the Commonwealth Island states we visited. I need hardly say that my family and I have always held the greatest affection for your region and its people. I most recently visited the Pacific in November last year, and although only 9 months have passed since then, in that short time the world has changed enormously. Your region, and indeed the whole world, is enduring an unprecedented crisis. The implications of the global pandemic for your islands have, I know, been severe, with devastating impacts on economies and livelihoods. My thoughts and sympathy go out to all of those in the Pacific who have been affected, including the frontline workers who put themselves at personal risk on a daily basis in order to keep people safe. This dreadful pandemic comes at a time when, as I know only too well, the Pacific region is already facing the accelerating and terrifying impacts of climate change. And many islands have had to deal with the appallingly devastating effects of severe weather events such as Cyclone Harold. These challenges that you and so many other people around the world now face have at last begun to push not only climate adaptation, but also the increasingly urgent need to tackle the root causes of global warming and climate change towards the top of the international agenda. And this will be at the forefront of issues for the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26, in November 2021 in Glasgow, where I look forward to joining world leaders as they strive to increase both the level of ambition and the acceleration of solutions at scale. All around the world, as we learn to live with and recover from the pandemic, we have the opportunity to reset and build back better to a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive future for the generations that will follow. It is absolutely vital that we rapidly scale up our efforts to restore and protect humanity's lost balance with nature if we are to build the necessary foundation for sustainable and inclusive growth for generations to come. While seeking to raise the global ambition for net zero from 2050 to 2035, my Sustainable Markets Initiative and the Great Reset are looking urgently to put people and planet at the heart of global value creation. I have the greatest possible confidence in the spirit and strength of the people of the Pacific to rise to the challenges you face and to seize the real opportunities that a more sustainable future can offer. If I may say so, you are blessed with exceptional natural resources, not least the mighty and precious Pacific Ocean, and you know, as your forebears have known for generations, that we must put nature at the heart of our economy and treat her with the reverence she deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, I will always retain the fondest memories of my visits to the Pacific and of all that I have experienced there, not least your rich culture and traditions, your music and your dance. I am therefore delighted that the spirit and unity of your region is being celebrated through these art forms at this Pacific Unite concert. I send my very best wishes to all the performers and participants, and to all those viewing in the Pacific and elsewhere around the world. And I will much look forward to returning to the region and seeing you again before too long.
I'm coming to meet you. I'm coming to see you. What stories will I find? Will I find an island or a tomb? To get to this tomb, take a canoe. Take a canoe through miles of scattered sun. Swallow endless, swirling sea. Gulp down radioactive lagoon. Do not bring flowers or speeches. There will be no white stones to scatter along this grave. There will be no songs to sing. How shall we remember you?
Noia e Maori, we are Rako Pacifica, and remember this, racism, discrimination, and hate speech is never okay.
Hi, it's Tella here. Hi, beautiful people, and warm Pacific greetings to you all. You're probably wondering why I've lost my voice, but I've been screaming with such excitement because I'm a part of this amazing digital concert. It's called Pacific Unite. That's right. I'm excited because we're going to be connected with some of our most famous and most entertaining Pacific people, like Tevaka, Justin Wellington, Justin Timberlake, or maybe not Justin Timberlake, but a whole lot more. And we will also hear some amazing messages from some of our key Pacific leaders from the United Nations, World Health Organization, also head of states, prime ministers, and they just all got some key things for us to listen to. But it's a great way for us to come together, enjoy the entertainment, but also to connect and to come together to save lives, because it's very important. All of us have been affected by this COVID-19. in so many different ways. And I can't wait for the borders to open so I can visit my Papasato and Savai Samoa to get my full body tan. But after I shave my back. So anyway, enjoy the concert. Get your whole family, sit back, relax, and enjoy Pacific Unite. Yeah!
This Pacific Unite concert is in recognition of all the hard work of the Pacific Island countries in taking on the COVID-19 pandemic these past months. We join together to pay tribute to all those who united together to battle the virus. Healthcare and community workers, government officials, teachers, civil society organizations, religious leaders, volunteers, and so many more. This concert also highlights the many ways in which COVID-19 is affecting so many in the region, especially those who were already vulnerable before the crisis. Businesses have closed, unemployment has risen, schools have shut down, violence against women and girls has increased, while health systems struggle to deal with COVID-19, as well as the enormous challenges of diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. Meanwhile, climate change continues to wreak havoc, as Tropical Cyclone Harold pounded Vanuatu, Fiji, Solomon Islands, and Tonga, leaving thousands homeless. Much remains to be done, and no one person, island, or country can do it alone. You understand, and we saw Pacific leaders and governments and all of you come together to mobilize for good. The global community must now come together to help our small neighbors continue their health response by ensuring equitable access to vital medical equipment and supplies like test kits and vaccines when they become available. The global community must also help the hard-hit economies of small, vulnerable island developing states through debt relief and rapid support that stimulates inclusive and resilient growth. Dear friends, we all have a duty to take care of each other. This pandemic has hit the most vulnerable the hardest: women, people with disabilities, the elderly, youth, migrant workers. Governments, employers, community leaders, faith-based organizations, young people, we all have a role to play. Let us keep standing together to fight the virus. Let's say no to violence, no to discrimination, no to stigma, no to vicious misinformation, and let's say yes to solidarity, yes to compassion, caring for each other in the Pacific way. Let's keep drawing from that spirit, that hard work and everyday heroism that we celebrate today, and let's rebuild a Pacific and a world that, in the words of the United Nations Charter, reaffirms faith in fundamental rights, in the dignity and the worth of the human person, in the equal rights of men and women, and of nations large and small. Thank you.
Holy Buluminaka from Fiji. Minaka to the organizers of the Unite Pacific Virtual Concert. You've brought our Pacific family together at a time when solidarity matters more than ever. Contending with this global pandemic has meant our people are physically apart. At times, the ocean separating our countries has never felt more vast. But no matter the distance between us, no nation is alone in navigating this health and economic crisis. Our Pacific family is bonded by language, culture, art, and music, along with years of shared history. In the face of any challenge, whether it's climate change, COVID-19, or both, our collective voice can wield incredible power. It does more than share our experiences. It shows the strength of solidarity, inspiring the unity our world needs among leaders, communities, and citizens. Pinakapagalebu to Knox, Skills, Wo, Rako, and Nemen Talei for showing out for Fiji tonight, and to the rest of our Pacific artists for helping connect our people amidst this unprecedented challenge. Enjoy the show.
Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. After every rainfall, I'll be brighter as a rainbow. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. Smile away the pain today. Tomorrow be a brighter day. Woke up this morning feeling down and frayed. Started my day with a cup of pain, sipping on worriness. But a hug from a loved one, a smile from a friend, gives a simple reason to smile. Pick up myself, 'cause everything will be alright. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. After every rainfall, I'll be brighter as a rainbow. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. Smile away the pain today. Tomorrow be a brighter day. Woke up on the wrong side of bed. Don't mean you're on the wrong side of life. Just a little bit of faith. You can move them mountains aside. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, yeah. Just a simple reason to smile. Pick up yourself, 'cause everything and everything will be alright. Good. Life is so wonderful. After every rainfall, I'll be brighter as a rainbow. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. Smile away the pain today. Tomorrow be a brighter day. So good, so good. So wonderful. Smile away, smile away. Tomorrow be a brighter day. So wonderful. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. After every rain falls, I'll be brighter as a rainbow. Life has been good, good, good. Life is so wonderful. After every pain and the tears, no, no, no. Tomorrow I'll be waking up to a brighter day. So wonderful. Smile away, smile away, smile away.
Water Counseling Helping Line in PNG is the only helpline that we have to provide crisis counseling to people who experience gender-based violence or family violence and child abuse and other related issues in their families. We have a number of calls during the COVID-19 and they have different experiences. People are locked down at home and that is because of COVID-19. Most of the markets were stopped. There's a lot of violence happening in different homes. Some of the callers that we received during the COVID-19, they are people who are out of job, they are subsistence farmers and their children. We have a lot of calls from parents and children in regards to studies. Child Fund PNG have trained all the counselors. We have the basic information that is prepared us to give the information to the callers. So we give them basic information to protect themselves and prevent COVID-19.
Hi everybody, it's Julia Zara. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying safe in these crazy COVID times. I wish I could see you face to face, but for now we'll just have to do it like this. And I hope I get to visit your beautiful island in the future again. For now you can listen to my latest single, Tired. It's out on all platforms. I hope you like it. And I'm finishing up my new album, which will be released this year. And I hope I get to see you again. For now, I'll play you a little tune. It's called Just an Illusion. I've been told about living like a star. Hotel rich champagne and caviar. But no one ever showed me the reverse. And it really hurts. Baby, it really hurts. They try to sell your body and your soul. It's the price you pay for rock and roll. And no one understands it, how you feel. For it's so unreal. Oh, it's so unreal. Baby, don't you cry for me. It's an illusion, just an illusion. I thought I knew what life should be. It's an illusion, just an illusion. When critics crucify your latest show, another drink and then you lose control. But then on stage I feel a fire burn. There is no return. I'm always on the run. I give it to you, babe, with all my heart. For it's not too late. Oh, it's not too late. Baby, don't you cry for me. It's an illusion, just an illusion. I thought I knew what life should be. It's an illusion, just an illusion. Baby, don't you cry for me. It's an illusion, just an illusion. I thought I knew what life should be. It's an illusion, just an illusion.
Malolele from the Kingdom of Tonga. It's wonderful to be with you tonight for this very special concert as we enjoy performances from some of the region's best artists we bear witness to the richness of our cultures. And when we hear about the individuals and organizations doing everything in their power to protect our communities from COVID-19, we are reminded of our strength and resilience as Pacific Islanders. Although our islands appear only as small dots on a world map, together we have a collective voice that makes us powerful. Now more than ever, it is time for us to join hands and work together to adapt to the new normal, because we can only beat this virus if we all play our part. Tonight, I commit to follow our government's advice on permitted activities during the pandemic, to rely on the World Health Organization and our Ministry of Health for the correct information concerning COVID-19, to make sure my family and community understand the importance of hand washing and social distancing. I hope you too are able to commit to actions that promote community support and spirit, so that together we all play our role to beat this virus. May God continue to bless the people of the Pacific. Malo o Fatu.
Hey guys, this is Jay Ho joining you from Queensland, Australia. I stand with all my fellow Pacific Islanders in the fight against COVID-19 and creating this new way of normal. Much love. I drove across the country just to see you. Then I did it one more time just to make sure. I see you hanging out with another man, baby. I see you found your way, and that's how it's gonna stay. So I tell myself, get your shit together. Cause you know these good things, they really last forever. And you know these days are what I'm here for. And those old ways I got no need for anymore. So just show me what it's all about. Life, love and laughter, happy ever after. Come on, people of Fiji, that's right. So I burned all my credit cards, forgot about the things that seem so hard. Made my way to the Fiji Islands, that's right. Cleanse my soul, fill my body with the flow. Take my sweet time, and everything's just fine. Then I get up and breathe in, embrace this good thing. Cause life is what you make it, so just get down and shake it. Whether you're a lover, a sinner, or somewhere in the middle, forget about the worries of your world tonight. Cause these days are what I'm here for. And those old ways I got no need for anymore. So just show me what it's all about. Love, love and laughter, happy ever after. We got love, we got love, we got the laughter. We got laugh, we got love, we got the laughter. We got laugh, we got love, we got the laughter. We got laugh, we got the love, we got the laughter. We got love, we got love, we got the love. We got love, we got the love, we got the love. We got love, we got love, we got the love. We got the love.
I have a question. It's a little hard to ask, but even harder to get answers. I have a question. What if the roles were reversed and the victors didn't come first? Where would we be? Just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it's not normal either. It's just how you're taught to think. Here we are lifting our voices, pushing for better choices. No longer silent. Time to start healing. Healing from the hurt. Time to keep fighting for what we deserve. The system's not changing, so we must be the first to put one foot forward. Start moving forward by healing from the hurt. Start healing from the hurt. I have a question. What if you walked in my shoes and saw we have so much more to lose? Then would you finally see? Just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it's not normal either. It's just how you're taught to think. Here we are lifting our voices, pushing for better choices. No longer silent. Time to start healing. Healing from the hurt. Time to keep fighting for what we deserve. The system's not changing, so we must be the first to put one foot forward. Start moving forward by healing from the hurt. Start healing from the hurt. I have a question. What if the roles were reversed and the so-called losers, we came first? How would you feel?
Stay healthy and clean all the time. Protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Wash your hands all the time. Always cough and sneeze into your upper sleeve, shirt and tissue, and keep your social distance.
My brothers and sisters of the Pacific and everyone watching from all over the world, Ali from the Republic of Palau. Indeed, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we in this blue Pacific continent have been blessed to have time for preparation. But we have another advantage as well, which is regional solidarity. No region on earth is as connected as the Pacific, where we are bound by ties of culture, history, and friendship. As we face COVID-19, there is no region on earth as dedicated to a joint response. With COVID, as with climate change, Pacific states are in this fight together. Our creativity, our courage, our patience, and our perseverance can only be strengthened by our solidarity across the region. This new normal should not be the same old story, but with face masks. The Pacific has been pushing for big changes in travel, in tourism, in fishing, and in plastic use, and in energy production. In a strange way, COVID-19 has cleared paths to those objectives. If we manage this challenge the right way, we can build a stronger system than we had before. Let us define this new normal to bring us closer together to overcome the challenges before us. To all of our brothers and sisters of the Pacific, Palau stands with you. Thank you very much. Kumalsulang.
नचला कर गल पे गौर जरा सुन ले दोबारा ऐसा है क्यों खड़ा नचला जान लगा के आज पूरी नचना यार है जरूरी तो आजा हंगड़ा पाले ले व्हाट अ जोक हंगड़ा पाले आजा आजा हंगड़ा पाले ਵੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਪੁੱਛਦੀ ਅੱਖ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਓ ਯਾਰੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਿੰਦੜੀ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ जिंदड़ी मोह तेरा संग है जहां जिंदगी मिली तो इसे मत खोना इंगड़ा पाले 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 इंगड़ा पाले आजा आजा इंगड़ा पाले आजा आजा
Talofa Lava, Bulavanaka, and Kiorana. From my home to yours, I want to send my warmest greetings to my friends in the resilient and dynamic Pacific, and to everyone watching from around the world. As a United Nations advocate for the Sustainable Development Goals, I believe that art, in all its expressions, is a powerful instrument for cultivating peace, for building bridges from where we are to where we want to be. Despite the physical distancing and sacrifices so many have made during the pandemic, this concert shows us how the Pacific's culture of togetherness, rooted in goodwill and community, makes us stronger. Through Pacific Unite, we are supporting our neighbors, our communities, and our future generations, so that when we look back on this difficult moment in history, we remember the unity, the innovative solutions, and the compassion that so many have shown to overcome the health, economic, and social crises brought on by COVID-19. The SDGs and the Paris Agreement, which all our leaders have signed up for, are the roadmap to build back better. We can tackle climate change, address inequality, provide quality education and healthcare, and close the gender gap to deliver a fair future for people, for the planet. Be well. Take care of each other. I stand with you, the Pacific, in solidarity, and I can't wait to visit you in person once we get through this together. Fa'afeti Vanaka and Malo.
The day I met you, girl, I asked if you can be mine. You gave a smile and held my hand and say I do. You touched my heart the way you danced when I met you. You make my heart go boom, boom, boom. I feel so different from the way I used to be. I try to make you fall in love to my heart. I try to make you laugh all day and get to know you.
parai ko Nukino kare kare tiang ya mai toro Yaki atai atira hamtangi rai puku Mengkane kiera rupeni metawa pon singoy Wente na monikia I try to make you fall in love to my heart. I try to make you laugh for a day and get to know you. I wish I could just kiss you now and knock you so tight under the beautiful moonlight. I try to make you fall in love to my heart. I try to make you laugh for a day and get to know you. I wish I could just kiss you now and knock you so tight under the beautiful moonlight. I try to make you fall in love to my heart. I try to make you laugh for a day and get to know you. I wish I could just kiss you now and knock you so tight under the beautiful moonlight.
Warm Pacific greetings to you all. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, reports indicate that gender-based violence and domestic violence cases have increased globally. In the Pacific, where rates of violence have been recorded as amongst highest in the world, even before the pandemic, we need to work on bringing down gender-based violence cases to zero. Data indicates that COVID-19 mortality rates may be higher amongst men, but there have been devastating consequences socially and economically for women and girls. 60% of women in the world work under the informal economy, earning less, saving less, and at greater risk of falling under poverty. That is why we must commit to building more inclusive, sustainable, and equal societies. We must do more for the more vulnerable. That is why I commit to now speaking up about gender-based violence issues and domestic violence issues. Remember, silence is violence. Enough is enough.
My daughter, the lambs are crying. Soldier, yours be a flies. A river from a crown of thorns. The light is fading now. If I walk through the eye of a needle, would you be on the other
to be an ambassador for the Pacific Island. I will always admire every Pacific Island community, each with its own traditions, heritage, colors, flavors, and its own connections to our natural world. I believe that our uniqueness and our diversity will always be our greatest strength as we stand together to build back better for now and for always.
Hi, I'm back. I know you missed me because I miss you too. I've just been playing a few songs, really enjoying the entertainment, and I was eating a chicken salad. Yeah, but just the chicken. I was sharing and we were watching with my boyfriend, Jason Tomalolo from Tongan. I'm just joking. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've been enjoying our concert. It's been a great concert and some of those amazing messages as well from our wonderful people in the Pacific. But I do want to say one thing. I want to pay tribute and say thank you, Whawhetai Lava, to all our essential workers, because without them, it would be very hard to deal with this COVID-19. So thank you all for your love, your sacrifice, your passion, and your love for all our people, especially those who are most vulnerable. So thank you to all our essential workers, and that's why we also do this concert just for you. But we're going to go back, enjoy the rest of the concert, and I'll see you again at the end while I get my song ready. Yeah, Jason Tomalolo, he loved me.
There's me, face like a poker, acting like I'm alright. I'd be hiding the fact that I wasn't satisfied. Be down, knocking me over, wanting to start a fight. Suddenly I was like, what is up with my life? I remember the nights I bowed down to pray for a change in my life, and I hope one day that life that I wish for would come my way. Yeah, I prayed one day it would come my way. I can feel in my heart something building up. I ain't used to this kind of euphoria. When I lost all the fear, there was only love, only love, only love. Now every day is sweeter. You made me a believer. You give me strength to get through the night. Yeah, I'll be alright with you by my side. Hey, with you by my side. Oh yeah, yeah. I was treading on water, stuck in my way so long. Screw that, I'm not gonna lie, it's good to be moving on. Now I'm taking a breath, I'm living my fantasy. The future's a mystery, and it's okay with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, now every day it's sweeter. You made me a believer. You give me strength to get through the night. Yeah, I'll be alright with you by my side. Hey, with you by my side. Hey, with you sat down to pray for a change in my life and a hope one day, that life that I wish for would come my way. Yeah, I prayed one day it would come away. I can feel in my heart something building up. I ain't used to this kind of euphoria. When I lost all the fear, there was only love. There's only love, only love. Now every day is sweeter. Hey, yeah, you made me a believer. You give me strength to get through the night. Yeah, I'll be alright with you by my side. Oh, now every day is sweeter. Hey, you made me a believer. Oh, yeah. You give me strength to get through the night. Yeah, I'll be alright with you by my side. Oh, with you by my side. Hey, with you by my side. Hey, hey, with you by my side. Yeah, hey, with you by my side.
I am delighted to join you, my sisters and brothers, for this first Pacific Unite concert. Music provides joy, togetherness, and hope. This pandemic has turned our world upside down. How life has changed since I visited Tonga, Tahiti, Fiji, and Tuvalu 1 year ago. Many Pacific islands have prevented the virus from arriving or stopped it before it takes hold. You should be proud of this achievement, but you must remain vigilant. As we work to find a safe and effective vaccine, we must unite to keep ourselves and each other safe. My brother, Dr. Takeshi Kasai, your regional director, will tell you how.
Thank you, DG. Keeping ourselves and others safe means ensuring the distance, washing hands often, avoid crowded place. We have to help others to do the same. Be kind, compassionate, and share the knowledge. I've been to Pacific many times, and every time I've been struck by people's warmth and sense of the community. Of course, the Pacific countries and area is unique, but it's a part of the world where people really look after one another. This is your strength, and it has been never more important. Together, we can stay safe and healthier. Thanks for joining and enjoy the concert.
All of a sudden, you can start seeing hand washing stations all around the community, which tells us that people are practicing hand washing. Awareing the community about what is coronavirus and how to prevent the community from coronavirus. The team was able to assess how the community is prepared and how are they going to respond to COVID-19. We're targeting everybody, the community leaders, municipal leaders, all levels, to make a plan to respond to coronavirus. One message that I would like to tell the community: commit to do or play your role in this fight against COVID-19. We can only create a healthy future if we all work together.
It's the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion, whispers a comforting word. Till the darkness is over.
this time. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow. After the shower is gone. Whispering home. Oh, how welcome thy voice, making my heart in sorrow rejoice. Kakusi ini madangi, eka ke heka beak, futa fitonga alangi, ite fonua imada, kane boni alangi, ono lele ke uko, pagi heka matatari, ena wasifono.
Mauri, Nisa Bulavanaka, Whakalofalahi atu, kia orana, malo lelei, malo ni, te lofa lava, tēnā koutou katoa. The Pacific's success in minimising the spread of COVID-19 has been a testament to the teamwork of the millions of people across our region. In particular, our essential workers and healthcare professionals have been the beating heart of our region's response, and we are so grateful to them. But the battle is not over. There is still a risk of further COVID-19 outbreaks in the Pacific, and the global pandemic is continuing to impact the livelihoods of our communities, especially our most vulnerable. We have a lot of work to do. That is why today's event is so important. We in the Pacific have a proud tradition of navigating uncharted waters, so we have to do what it takes to do that again together. A united Pacific is the key to tackling the challenges we currently face, as well as those that lie ahead. Through partnership, collaboration and friendship, our region will successfully recover from COVID-19. And through global cooperation and a strong multilateral system, our world will recover too. The creation of a vaccine will be fundamental to the world's recovery. When one is developed, it must be distributed equitably, including to the Pacific region. New Zealand will continue to advocate for equitable vaccine access so that everyone is protected, and support access for our Pacific neighbours. Pacific Unite is a testament to the uniqueness, beauty and strength of our region. Today's message is clear. He oka ike noa. We are all in this together, and we must continue to be united in the face of COVID-19.
Palau stands with the Pacific. Keep safe, one and all.
Magamdali daimon, magdamo belatu, magamodar sa tablong. Esangarang olang alelabud, olang alelabud, olang alelabud. Mabudo alengon kawe brother man, engakakukti melola bamul baltigare. Emorara okyak sangan thank you and come again, because you know Palau is such a beautiful island. Ramagarabi, Awararwe. Sana ben unity, Raigal community, Malaga authority. Le Buddha Maguru le akal tare, Buddha Palma Buddha Mabatiga ring Rabek ring, Matya Okabogal Bora Rabekal, other Rabekal ring, Buddha Dagget the Luke Luber al Mobila de World ring, Ramagarabi, Awararwe.
su que não muda no betela mani meu levengo meu vengo ba mandaleia dani bulan bulan dani mano mano eleia singing.
So I packed my bags, I'm heading home. I've been away for far too long. I'm coming home where I belong. Tell everybody I'm coming home where I belong. I'm coming home where I belong. Tell everybody I'm coming home where I belong. I'm coming home where I
Vanuatu is using locally sourced nuts and flour to improve the health of our most vulnerable. Cyclone Harold left many children in danger of malnutrition. The health department contracted One Small Back Theatre's nutrition center to produce 20,000 high-energy biscuits that can quickly counteract the effect of malnutrition. Normally, ingredients would come from overseas, but COVID has made transportation difficult. So Vanuatu has found a local solution that will work to improve children's health and not just at times of disaster.
A butterfly lands on my shoulder. I'm surprised to see her so close to me. I look up to the horizon. I see the endless beauty of my blue seas. I hear the whisper of the gentle sea breeze, and it seems almost perfect. But deep down I'm silently hurting. I listen to her as she speaks to me. Why does it seem like no one is listening? Why are they all consumed by greed? What will it take to get them to hear me? What would it take to get them to believe? Climate change and global warming. My island will be sinking. One by one throughout all the seas. Can't they realize they are not just destroying me? The butterfly leaves my shoulder. I see her fly away far, far away. Disappear into the sunlight, and I know the omen of a butterfly is red. What goes around will come around, and the whole world will realize their demise. I close my eyes and take a deep breath and leave the bridge between them. Why does it seem like no one is listening? Why are they all consumed by greed? What will it take to get them to hear me? Change and global warming. My island will be sinking. One by one throughout all the seas. Can't they realize they are not just destroying me? We all speak different languages, but the language of Mother Nature is universal. We all must be responsible, even if we want to or not, because the hard truth is we have no choice. It's a race against time, and we have to do something right now, or you will finally feel, you finally regret the camera of the butterfly you fade. Why does it seem like no one is listening? Why are they all gone? Why are they all? What will it take to get them to hear me? What will it take? Oh, tell me now. Climate change and global warming. My island will be sinking. One by one throughout all the seas. Can't they realize they are not just destroying me?
Falava, ni Sambula, kia ora, whakaalawhalahiatu, amnabarin Maui. Malo lele, kia orana. Welcome all together. Greetings. COVID-19 has given us a glimpse of the devastation that will become an everyday reality if the world fails to take urgent action to address the global climate emergency. There is no doubt the pandemic is having devastating humanitarian and economic consequences. Yet, we must not forget that climate change remains the biggest crisis facing humanity in the long term. And we in the Pacific are among the most vulnerable to its effects. COVID-19 is a global health crisis, but at the same time, it is a tremendous opportunity to build back better. As we restart and rebuild, money spent on the recovery should promote a green transition and sustainable growth. This will be a transformative moment in history, one where we can ensure the planet is protected for future generations, but only if the necessary steps are taken. My commitment as Prime Minister of Tuvalu and Chair of the Pacific Island Forum is to call on all world leaders to leave our political differences aside, share our knowledge and resources, and to come together and find ways to address and eliminate this virus from the surface of Earth. Most importantly, I urge United Nations leaders to unite in solidarity to strengthen our commitment under the Paris Agreement to address the impacts of climate change. I thank you.
Coming at ya. We got the one like Double Fix. We got the Bali Rooftop. What up? We are the soldiers of fire. The flames never tire. Wicked men come test our defense. You cannot penetrate, cause we will infiltrate, permeate through the cracks of your trench. Our position is strong. Our stand on my law. We will analyze any situation. We have endurance. Never underestimate our determination. We come strong, yes, we're pushing it along, hitting you with love and inspiration. I know you feel it even if you can't hear it. You resonate with the new version. We do it for the love that you
Kia ora everyone, and warm Pacific greetings to you from New Zealand. To all friends in the Pacific who've been working so hard at this very difficult time of the global pandemic to make sure our societies come through it. It's been a tough time for the Pacific. So many economies depend so much on tourism, and the visitors haven't been able to come. We all want to come back as soon as that is possible. Meanwhile, the frontline workers, the essential service workers in my country and many countries have done so much to help us through these tough times. So looking forward, let's plan for societies that can come through this more inclusive, caring for each other, more resilient, better pandemic planning, more sustainable. Let's look for a climate-friendly, eco-friendly, kind society for the future. If that could be the legacy of what we've been through, what a wonderful world it would be. Kia ora to all of you.
Children come together, respecting one another. Respect you, so you respect me. Think about Rwanda when we school with them. Help me different, no got too much friend. So one you want them spoil him, and one you want them whip him. One way you make him, one day by you face them. So lead by example and represent the truth. Represent the truth from the respect to youth. Remember this. Say me also you, and you also me. We got to respect one another. Children come together, respecting one another. Respect you, so you respect me. No rousing one another, no spoiling one another. Respect you, so you respect me. Children come together, respecting one another. Respect you, so you respect me. No rousing one another, no spoiling one another. Respect you, so you respect me. You need that rude boy, a bad attitude boy. You learn from his papa, cause his papa eating too boy. She be the rude gal, always skipping school gal, always on the mobile phone, a bad attitude gal. Must have the respect, say help me start long home. Before you go long school or community long wall. Passing long strong head, all kind rabbits passing. You may must stop him from future to tomorrow. Yes, children. When we unite against violence, children come together, respecting one another. Respect you, so you respect me. No rousing one another, no spoiling one another. Respect you, so you respect me. Children come together, respecting one another. Respect you, so you respect me.
Yahweh, hello in Marshallese. My name is Windan Katel. I am a deaf youth leader based in Majorome, Marshall Islands, and National Disaster Management Office in DMO. COVID has affected the deaf community in the Marshall Islands because most of us have to remain at home without having any access to information. How can the deaf community have access to the information and understand what is going on? We've developed information, public safety, and information video created in sign language with native users and visual images to support the information. Then we distribute the video quickly and effectively through social media, YouTube, and Facebook. Through unity, we can ensure equal access to treatment, protect our most vulnerable, and build back better.
Greetings to you all. Nisa Ambula Vinaka, Salam alaikum, namaste. All of us have been affected by COVID-19, but we have not all felt the impacts evenly. The poorest and the most vulnerable members of our communities have been really impacted by COVID-19 and the global pandemic. Until we beat COVID-19 and hopefully nurse our economies back to normal, we need to act together to slow the spread of the virus and look after each other. We all must play our part sincerely to stop the spread of COVID-19. All of us have a responsibility to take the simple, practical steps strongly recommended by the health authorities. We in Parliament will continue to do so, and I hope that you will do so too. Thank you. Vinakabagalevu. Shukran. Bahut. Dynavad.
Kaboom! Come on! Just Wellington. Witty, boy. Canela music drop it. People stand up. We are for rocking. Go straight to the top.
Take a walk in the island sun, just feel the breeze blow across the bay. I'm in the place where I first begun. I got the notion I needed to stay. Beautiful islands, and we'll be sliding from coast to coast. Pacific Diamonds, yeah. Come on and rise and so stand up and represent your island. Say, yeah. We keep it rocking from the east to the west. Summertime at its best. Say, yeah. Holding it down, all my peoples all around. Represent that island sound. Say, got you like. I know you feel me when I'm swaying in that breezy sound. Got you like, ooh, what can I say? We got the groove that's so profound. We're Polynesian, we're Melanesian, not forgetting our brothers of Micronesian, yeah. Pacific Legion, so stand up and represent your island. Say, yeah. We keep it rocking from the east to the west. Summertime at its best. Say, yeah. Holding it down, all my peoples all around. Represent that island sound. Say, got you like.
Spitting from on top of you, holding it together real tight like a metal screw. Hit you like a bomber through. That's what they be saying, yeah. Me and JW, that's what they be playing, yeah. T ready from the 679er. Born in the sugar city, I'm a west sider. Hear my track thunder boy, hear my track flyer. You can go and get yours, I'm a damn martyr.
Yeah. We keep it rocking from the east to the west. Summertime at its best. Say, yeah. Holding it down, all my peoples all around. Represent that island sound. Say, got you like. Listen here, what you see? We got that island sound coming down.
Let me hear you say, stand up. Let me hear you say, stand up. Canela music. Let's go. Jump up one time and it don't stop. Release your mind, don't decline, let the beat drop. I'ma tell you more fire, do the island hop. Tell me hit the block, we one make it rock. I jump up one time and it don't stop. Release your mind, don't decline, let the beat drop. I'ma tell you more fire, do the island hop. Tell me hit the block, we one make it rock, rock, rock.
We keep it rocking from the east to the west. Summertime at its best. saying? Yeah, holding it down, all my peoples all around, represent that island sound. Say, got you like,
E kamauira mo. Hello to our friends across the Pacific happening. And today we can count ourselves lucky to have been spared the scale of devastation that has taken place in other parts of the world, especially in terms of lives lost. But friends, now is not the time to become careless. Until there is an effective vaccine or treatment for COVID-19, we must stay alert and adapt to the new way of living. By following the health advice, each of us can help reduce the risk of spreading the virus, help our economies and societies cope, and help protect the most vulnerable. My commitment to all of you is that I will play my part by following the health advice and adapting to the new normal. I hope you will join me in making and keeping this commitment.
During the global health crisis, there's never been a greater need to show solidarity and hope. We all have a part to play by keeping our communities safe, by using the basic protective behaviours. That's why the boys couldn't stand close to me today, because we're keeping our physical distance. But they do want you to know some of the protective behaviours they've been practicing, and we want you to do the same. Over to you, Joshua.
Make sure you clean your hand regularly with soap and water. Or hand sanitizer.
Always cover your mouth with your elbow when you cough and sneeze. It's called doing the dab.
Where possible, keep at least 1 meter distance from others.
Regularly clean, frequently touch objects and surfaces.
Avoid touching your face with unclean hands.
And if you have COVID-like symptoms, remember to contact your COVID-19 reporting line.
Until there's an effective treatment or vaccine, we all need to adapt to the new normal to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. Keep up the good work, everyone. We'll get through this by working together.
Maloelele everyone, I am so happy and I feel so proud to be joining such talented artists, communities, leaders, and all of the young people out there in the Pacific here tonight. We're going through an extremely challenging time with COVID-19, but I believe that by working together, we'll be able to overcome the challenges that we are facing. Now more than ever, we have to invest in the future of our young people, to ensure that they have education, health care, that they feel protected, that they have running water. This is going to give them the best chance of protection against this disease, and it's going to help us build a stronger, more resilient Pacific. To all of the young people out there watching tonight, you are capable of great things when you believe in yourself. I call upon you, join us. to help make the Pacific a better place. And to all of my brothers and sisters in all corners of the Pacific, let's unify, let's come together. Together we can overcome this, and we'll come out even stronger than ever. This is Pita Tautafua. Aufatu, much love.
That day you said you loved me. Pray that is true, 'cause all I see is me and you. Now look at you. I mean, any man will kiss your feet. Now look at me. I don't know why you will love. 'Cause I'm a simple man, an ordinary, typical gentleman. I'm a simple man, an ordinary, typical gentleman. I can't guarantee that you'll give a damn for the type of man like me. A simple man like me. Oh, 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 Billy air on the one low for Favalea. Mo oile time money, oila oro la umbana mea. If I atawa, lo tangata lea lofa. Wanda o baby, oh ile unga.
Bulavinaka everyone from Nambour and Suva, Fiji. We hope you are enjoying Pacific Unite, saving lives together.
As we celebrate the performances of our artists
and our Pacific cultures, we also celebrate the way in which we have responded as a region to COVID-19.
Our Pacific people have shown great strength in supporting each other during this really difficult time.
Remember, COVID-19 does not discriminate.
So let us ensure that our responses to the pandemic takes care of all of us.
Regardless of age, race or ethnicity, culture, class, religion, language, sex, sexual orientation, or gender.
Pacific Unite, saving lives together and leaving no one behind.
We at Palau, we stand united with the Pacific in the fight against COVID-19.
To my brothers and sisters of the Pacific, congratulations on Pacific Unite. I'm with you in spirit. Australia stands with its Pacific family as we all confront COVID-19. We know your challenges as businesses struggle and families experience stress, but we also know the strength and the resilience of Pacific communities. In solidarity, men, women, boys and girls, we will see through this crisis together and we will build back better. This evening is an opportunity to celebrate all that the Blue Pacific has to offer the future. I hope you enjoy. Warm wishes.
Ja, blues el book help kami regel stress kami. Tay sa kami no message yang kasi take the time and mo book yourself for Angar State Office. E mo get a good question kasi kan makarang mo nyaw still omay and I'm sure you wouldn't be disappointed. E diri kan mesang Palau in a different way. This is the paradise on earth as we speak.
COVID-19 is a whole new reality. At a time like this, we need to focus on being healthy and strong. So what we eat is more important than ever. Imported processed foods have become very popular over the years, and it's these that have contributed to the high NCD numbers and the high obesity in the Pacific Islands. By increasing the amount of locally grown traditional foods that we eat, we can make our diets more nutritious and help build our immune system. So I encourage you all to put down the packages and reach for the Roro. Remember, if you're strong and healthy, you're not just looking after yourself, you're looking after your community. We're all in this together, and we can get through this together. The revolution begins at home. So remember, reach for the Roro.
Hey guys, it's Josh coming at you from Vanuatu. Stay safe and listen to only official releases for your health updates. Cheers.
Staring at the stars, wondering where you are, looking at the oceans going back and forth, unborn love. How do you miss someone you never met? How do you love someone that doesn't know you yet? Unborn love. I'm gonna love you till I die. I'm gonna hold you tight when you cry, and I'll sing you soft and sweet lullaby. Unborn child. When you start to walk, I teach you how to dance. Daddy's gonna show you off to his friends. And you and I will always be best apart. Unborn love, I will hold your hand and walk you to school. You don't wanna know what I'm gonna do to the bully in your school that tried to hurt you. Unborn love, I'm gonna love you till I die. I'm gonna hold you tight when you cry, and I'll sing you soft and sweet lullaby. Unborn child, unborn child. I'll never let you fall, raise you to stand tall. I'll always be here for you. I'm gonna love you till I die. I'm gonna hold you tight when you cry. I'll sing you soft and sweet lullaby. Unborn child, I'm gonna love you till I die. And I'm gonna hold you tight when you cry. And I'll sing you soft and sweet lullaby. Unborn child, I'm gonna love you till I die. And I'm gonna hold you tight when you cry. And I'll sing you soft and sweet lullaby. Unborn child, unborn child, unborn child. When you get older, look back and smile, 'cause Daddy loves you like no other.
Bulvinaka, my name is Lambert Ho, an artist based here in Suva, Fiji. We are here with the youth of Cunningham community, one of over 200 informal settlements here in Fiji. Our work here is part of a project implemented by the Ministry of Housing and Community Development. We work with vulnerable communities and raise awareness on COVID-19 through painting community murals with youth groups. The spread of COVID-19 is impacting families in many different ways, hitting the most vulnerable the hardest. Through artwork, we can help to remind people to continue with safety measures such as physical distancing and washing hands. The murals we paint are in strategic locations where they serve as a constant reminder that we must keep working together to keep Fijians safe from COVID-19.
I hope you enjoyed the show tonight and you're inspired by the performers and the speakers to do your part in the global fight against COVID-19. Through solidarity across the islands and with compassion for those who are suffering from the many different impacts of this disaster, we will beat this pandemic and rise up stronger and more resilient and inclusive in the Pacific. Vinaka Vakalevu, Dhanyavad to all those talented artists who performed tonight. Thank you, Tomas Malo Apito, to all those who contributed words of inspiration and support. Fafetai Telalava Fakafetai Lasi to all our partners who helped to make this unprecedented event a reality. Komoltata Kiniso Kulo to my colleagues from 17 countries for staying the course and pulling off the unthinkable. Mesulang, Korabwa, Kalangan, Kamaka, to all the frontline workers across the Pacific for all you do to keep us safe and well every day. And thank you to every one of you for joining us for the Pacific Unite Saving Lives Together concert. Good night, good day, Ayubovan, wherever you are, be healthy and keep each other safe.
Well, There you have it, all my beautiful people of the Pacific. We're coming near the end of our Pacific Unite concert, but I just want to remind you, just with all of us, very important, we stay connected with each other, look out for our families, our village, our communities, and help those who are most vulnerable. So make sure we all stay connected. In order for us to move forward, we have to do it together. So it's up to me and it's up to you to all work together as we do as Pacifica. I love you all. God bless you all. And we hope to see you again. Pacifica unites. Aloha atu. Bye.
Trying to smile again. Lives are lost, children are suffering, wearing a mask to stay alive. Around the world, we're closing borders. COVID-19's on the rise. A new world order behind closed doors. The storm will pass, we will survive. We will rise again. Our house will rise again. We will rise again. Our world will rise again. Pacific Islands, let's stand together. Unite our eyes and let's fight. One people we are, our islands are one. Stand firm, stand strong, we must unite. With new beginnings, changing our lifestyles, we've got to think and think twice.
The future's in our hands, we must protect it. Rise up, stand up and unite.
Around the world, we're closing borders.